Hi, good morning. It's Saturday, the 4th of April, 2020. A lot of things have happened, some good and some not so good. Obviously, we're still going through this pandemic. Okay, like I said, I don't know if I think I mentioned this last week, but I had my brother get me a bunch of masks. I got a box of gloves, and I have just disinfected and stuff. So I try to make sure I spray the kitchen area, in the bathroom, the areas that we use the most in here, and I wipe down the doorknobs, and I got to do that again today. Uh, so just try to keep us in here, and like I said, my brother, who like I said, we're taking care of. I've mentioned before, keep remind him and make sure he washes his hands and stuff, and if he goes to the store, it's up to wear his mask and stuff. If he's around other people and stuff, and unfortunately, I would rather he not smoke at all, but he's kind of addicted to the smoking. So what I'm going to do is like every couple of days, I'm just going to buy cigarettes so that way he has no reason to go to the store. And I'm still trying to give him his allowance, but I'm going to try to give it to him in lesser amounts because that's all he's consumed with is smoking cigarettes. And now we've tried to explain to him what's going on and why you see people walking around with masks and stuff, and what the country's going through, and why I'm home from work. Uh, all the time. So, but I don't know if he still gets it. I'm sorry, that's probably the weather. Yeah, light rain, 46 degrees, same as yesterday. Okay, that's just the weather update. Anyway, sorry, this vlog is coming a little bit later. I had to give him his meds and feed him and stuff and take his insulin. Okay, and also I had to place an order. Normally, like I said, my oldest brother, takes us to BJ's to shop for him and buy him stuff. But now, since this is going on, BJ's, like a lot of department stores, they do a thing now where, like, I think from 8 to 9, they let the people that are over 60 come in and let them shop, which I think is a good thing. Then after that, then they let everybody else in. And so, but we decided to place an order online because my sister has a BJ's account. Both my sisters and my older brother has a BJ account, so I just used my sister account to order it and have the food delivered here rather than have my brother go out there. And my oldest brother, he's extremely paranoid about this virus too, and for him it's good reason because he has issues with his breathing and stuff, so he's kind of staying in the house, not going out unless he absolutely has to. So I ordered using my sister's account and ordered the food to have it delivered here Thursday because that's it's obviously people are doing that rather than going out. It's the social distancing thing, which is a good thing. And so I ordered it this morning finally because I was trying to order it a couple of days, but obviously that's what everybody's doing now, having it ordered and delivered. So it's going to get delivered here between 7 and 9 on Thursday. Okay, and I just paid for it with my credit card, and I'll just take the money from my brother's account. Uh, okay, 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 and that's my sister just telling me because I just texted to let her know I ordered something on her account. It's because it's her account. I guess they sent her a text and stuff to let her know. But in the order, I put my phone number down there and told them delivery instructions to come to apartment 4C, which I ring the bell. We'll buzz them in past the 2 doors, take the elevator up to 4C, and ring the bell, and we'll take the groceries from them there, and then I'll give them a tip and let them be on their way. Yeah, okay, thanks. Okay. So anyway, that's I was telling my sister thank you because she got a text, obviously when that thing, but I put my phone number down, cell phone number down on delivery instructions, and like I said, tell them to ring the bell, and we'll buzz them in so they can get past the 2 doors, then take the elevator up to our apartment 4C and ring the bell. We'll let them in, and like I said, I'll give them a tip and let them be on my way. So that way, my brother has his groceries for a little while, and my brother came yesterday and cooked a bunch of meals for my brother. About I think he fed him, and then he cooked like 4 meals for him that he can eat for lunch or dinner like that. So that's what we try to do. And my brother finally, I got the paperwork going on the Freedom Care thing with him. I, he filled out like the paperwork, and I think they have to have somebody come here and assess my brother, and then so finally, hopefully, that gets rolling. But as far as work is concerned, now here's part of the bad news. My boss Thursday, he had texted me because apparently, let me explain it this way. There's a job that where people have to scan these documents, and the girl that was doing it, she was coming in, I guess, 2 days a week. Apparently, she got sick. So one of the guys that works next door to us in the print shop, he has to do her job, and now I have to come in and do his job because he has to do her job. So I told my boss, I said, let's work something out because I was kind of upset because I said, they're always kind of making me the backup. So I said, let me, the guy that was his backup the last time, let us just, alternate weeks. I'll do it 1 week, 2 days, and let him do it in 2 days like that. She said, okay. And then I text the guy and let him know, and he said, okay. So I thought that was, was going to be the thing. So I was going to start this Monday and then come in Wednesday and then do his job and go home. But apparently, Friday morning, my boss called me early, I think around 8 something, and he could tell she had emotion in her voice, and she had to say the statement from CW saying due to the pandemic that some people are going to get laid off or furloughed. I guess that's the word. And then she said, but you're not going to be one of them. Okay, so and I asked her, should I still come in Monday and Wednesday? She said, as far as she's concerned, so yeah, you still come in those times. And apparently the guy that I'm doing his job, he's going to do the other girl's job, so he didn't get laid off either. So we're the only two people that we know. Then I called around to a little later in the day because she told me not to let anybody know because she had to call all the people that's under her, and she's like, there's like I think 50 people underneath her, that does the OSA work, the print shop, the mailroom, facilities, and sub-reception, and she had to call them to tell them basically that they were furloughed. But I'm assuming some of the mailroom people are still there, obviously, because they need the mailroom people. Maybe some of the OSAs on the floors, even though there's nobody in the building, but you have to have somebody to drop stuff off, and there's no need for, I think, for reception because there's nobody really coming into the building. So yeah, and then I called my friends, the people that I work with, the other 5 guys that I work with, and I found out that all of them have been furloughed. So it's only me and the other guy, Gary, who works next door, that I'm going to be doing his job for the next 2 months, I'm assuming, because I don't think things are going to get back to normal. My personal opinion, so probably maybe June, maybe that's when they'll ease up the social distancing and people can go back to work. But like I said, I think this month, and you see right now, sometimes I tune in to watch the things, but it just seems like it's getting worse and worse before it's going to get better, which is, that's another whole rant. But what was that? A man has lived in oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's just a news update. Anyway, so apparently, yeah. So I'm going to be coming in Monday and Wednesday. Like I said, and I told her if there's anything different. She said if I guess circumstances are different or anything changes, she'll email me and let me know. But like I said, I can tell when she called me on Friday, she was emotional like that because literally you have to make 50 phone calls to people and basically tell them that they're going to be laid off and they have to apply for unemployment and stuff. And I talked to one of the guys who said they tried to do it, but that the website obviously crashed because all the people that are filing for unemployment, obviously. So it's probably going to take them a couple of days to get their get their claim in and stuff. But the good thing is, like I said, you can do it online, so you don't like the old days where you had to go into the office. Obviously, you can't do that now because everything is shut down. And so, like I said, I feel bad for the guys, but I know the reality of it. Like my friend was telling me, he said, yeah, he kind of knew they CNW, the company that we work on, CNW, said they were going to pay us for 2 months and not to stay at home basically. So they're gonna file for unemployment, and plus they keep their benefits, and and plus they should be getting a stimulus check I think in 2 weeks. So hopefully that to tie them over, for the 2 months. But I think, like I said, I don't think things are gonna get better in terms of people having to go back to work until probably I think till June. I really think because first, like I said, they have to flatten the curve, and I don't think that's going to happen until maybe May or so. I think sometime in May the curve will start to flatten. I think because right now we're getting the worst of it right now. Okay, it's peaking up, I think, and then I think eventually towards the end of April, maybe it's sometime in May, it's going to flatten a little bit. And it's just a shame that we have to go through this. And I don't want to get into a rant about politics. I do that on my other channel. But I feel for those hardcore workers that have to go in and stuff with limited supplies and stuff, and they're doing that. And I have to say a special thanks to the people that actually flew in to actually volunteer to help in New York. That was amazing. I saw that on TV, and people were outside clapping and applauding them from their windows and stuff. I thought that was like just a genuine moment that really made you feel good to be a human being, that you have people volunteer to actually come to New York and help them, which I think was really, and it's just a shame that other people in different states, and that's why, like I said, I know I said I was going to rant about this, but I'm just going to say this and be done with it. Okay, if you had better federal leadership, where the states is not a free for all, where everybody's basically fending for themselves. If you had a coordinated effort from the federal government, then this thing wouldn't be as bad as it is. So unfortunately, the governors are on their own and stuff, and they have to kind of plot their own way. And I just pray and hope that the loss of life is minimal as possible. Okay, and, I'll leave it at that. But like I said, I should be working, like I said, I guess I'm assuming it's going to be 8 to 5, my normal hours. I'm going to do that. And the good thing is that the guy whose job I'm taking, I'm working Monday to Wednesday. He's working Tuesdays to Thursday. So his job, like I said, his job is basically mailing and sorting. Like his job, it gets a bunch of staples that come off the machine, and you take it and you basically got to sort it and put it in mail bins, and then at a certain point you got to take them out, and he has he's already typed labels up already, and you take them out and you put the stuff in the envelope and slap the label on it, and then you separate it by foreign and domestic, and then you bring it to the mail room and have them ship it out. Now I know he does it a different way, but that's the way I'm going to do it. That's the way I've been doing it. And anything that I don't understand, I'm going to put to the side. And since he's going to be in there anyway, the next day he can get rid of whatever like I said, I'll talk to him and explain that to him, and he knows anything that I don't understand. I'll just put to the side because I don't want to screw that up. So I'll put it to the side with a note on it, so he'll see that when he comes in on Tuesday and Thursday, and then he can mail that out and stuff. And I'll just print everything off that comes out of the machine and sort it as I go along, and then at a certain point after lunch, I'll start taking it and putting stuff in the envelopes and slapping the labels on it, and then put them in they got 2 mail bins, one that's foreign and domestic, and then bring it to the mail room probably around 4 o'clock and give it to them, and they have to pass it through the machine that puts the posters on it, and then they'll ship it out for him. Okay, so that'll be that. So that looks like it's going to be my job for the next 2 months. Now, originally the plan was, because she had sent us an email not the week before last, saying that we were going to have to come in, like anytime there was like an emergency card job or a wallet card job, they would send it on Fridays, and we would have to come in on Monday. The print shop, 2 people would come in and produce it and ship it out, and give it to the mail, and FedEx it, and give it to the mail to mail out. But I guess that's kind of on hold but I got a feeling that I'm going to be doing that since she laid off everybody else in the print shop. I'm the only one that worked in the print shop. So since his area is right next to the print shop right there, so if I have to run those cards, I'll be there to do that, and then run his job and stuff. So I'm assuming I'm going to be doing that. And there's a monthly report, a CSR report that I was going to do this Monday too, along with the cards I thought I was going to do. But she never sent any cards, so I don't think there was any emergency card orders. Because she didn't send anything to me on Friday. But then again, she was probably busy all day long calling people and stuff. So I don't know if there was anything. I don't think there's anything there. But then again, like I said, she said she'll call me or text me and let me know if anything. So I keep checking my email to see if there's anything from her. Yeah, if so the situation as far as I'm concerned is I'm still Monday and Wednesday come in. I work 2 days and 8 to 5. Let's do his job. Uh, like I said, his job, like I said, it's a lot of standing up, but I'm not going to be standing up because your feet are going to get tired after a while. So I'm just going to take the pile of work because it has a big high chair and sit in the chair and sort it. You have to take the and sort it and then stand up and put it in the bins and then just do that, take it off the machine as it comes out and then sort it, put it in the bins, and then at a certain point in the afternoon, probably after lunch, in this case it'll probably be after 3 o'clock, I'll shut the machine down and then I'll just pause it for so it doesn't print anything else out and then just put everything in the envelopes and slap the labels on them and put them in the bins and bring them to the mail and let them mail them out and then I'll stick. I'm going to ask her too because if I'm going to be done by at 4 o'clock, I'm going to, if it's because I think we're getting paid our full salary. It doesn't matter what hours we work really technically. So if I'm done, and I'll ask Gary too because I think he may have left at 3 o'clock or something. I think you don't have to stay like the normal hours and stuff. I think once you're done with the majority of the work, I think you can go home. And I think I'll have to ask her that too just to be sure because I think we're getting paid our regular salary even though we're only working 2 days a week. While everybody else is furloughed, so it doesn't matter. I think the main thing is to get, to get the job out. So if it's done by 3, then I think you just give it to the mail and then I can go home. So I'll find out. And like my sister said, I got to be careful on the trains too. Like I said, I got a bunch of masks because my brother, he got a bunch of masks from his friend and stuff and gloves and stuff. So I'll be wearing my mask, and I think my off boss also they have masks at the job in the mail too. So if you need masks, so I may just get a couple of masks from him too. So the mayor will have gloves, and supposedly they're gonna have a box lunch upstairs in the cafeteria. So I just got to go up there, I guess, and get it lunchtime and grab that. So I'm gonna limit my interaction with people. Like I said, on the subway you can't help it, but I can't imagine there's that many people on the subways now. So I'll try to again keep my social distancing thing and do that. And like I said, I felt bad for the people that are getting furloughed. And I hope, like I said, I don't think this thing is going to get better till maybe October. Not October. I said October. Sorry, June. Excuse me. So the situation, it is what it is, and I hope everybody else in the other states. And like I said, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but if we had more of a coordinated federal effort, it wouldn't be the scrambling and all these, in different states going through this thing. And like I said, sometimes it just gets too depressing to watch it on the news. I turn in every once in a while to watch it, but then it's too depressing. I've been watching a lot of Discovery ID channel, which is I should really stop watching that because that's getting really depressing too. Watching that because the things that you find out that people have done just makes you question humanity. There was a story yesterday which I really about a guy that was married. His wife was a successful doctor. He stayed at home and watched their daughters and stuff. He had a lookalike kind of best friend. And then one day when he was visiting his relatives with his daughters, and his wife came home, she was murdered. And then they found out that his best friend actually was one that murdered. Well, him and another guy actually murdered her. And then the guy testified and said that his the woman that got murdered, her husband, his best friend, asked him to murder her, and it's just insane. And because he had to get up there and describe how they murdered her to the family, and it just makes you question humanity all the serious crap. So I gotta stop watching Discovery Channel. It's gonna make me afraid to go outside and just hate all of humanity because that's just insane. Man, so just stick to movies and stuff and just anyway. Sorry for ranting. I hope everybody is staying safe and doing the social distancing thing. Like I said, I only go outside when I need to get something to eat or something, or but I go shopping. But if I want to get something for lunch and stuff, but I make sure I have my gloves on and my mask. And when I come back in the house, make sure I wash my hands. And I'm washing my hands, I think at least maybe 20 times a day. I'm making sure I do that. Like I said, me and my sister bought a bunch of hand soap 2 weeks ago. So I have that in the kitchen and the bathroom in my room, and we're making sure. And I got to keep on my brother to make sure he washes his hands because, like I said, he likes to go outside, and I got to remind him because, like I said, he doesn't remember all the time to make sure he washes his hands. And if he's gonna go to the store or anything, put on your mask, okay? So you can, if you're around people, so that way you don't get, because like I say, he's vulnerable to this because he has a bad, he has, bad lungs, so he's susceptible to it. And like I said, my stepfather here, he's like in his 80s, and he's susceptible because of his age, and he doesn't go out, but he's smart enough. He's not going outside unless he absolutely has to. So, and then when he does, he'll wear his mask and stuff because he has a mask too and gloves. So that's a smart way to play it. So anyway, I paid my rent yesterday. I gave my stepfather the money for Con Edison. I already paid the cable bill, and I paid my cell phone bill. So as far as bills are concerned, those are done, and hopefully. And I got a letter, an email from our landlord saying they know times is hard and things, but this is. But I think this. They ain't saying anything about suspending rent or anything like that. Just make sure you pay your rent on time. I think it was it's a weird letter. I mean, they said no, times are hard, all this stuff, but they ain't saying anything about suspending, about not paying your rent, or that you can wait on paying your rent. So that is what it is. But thankfully, or fortunately for me, I didn't get furloughed. So it is what it is. So I'm just hoping things work out and things get better in this country. Hopefully, like I said, we'll flatten the curve here in New York and things get back to normal. Like I said, it's going to take another 2 months. I don't see this getting better in New York, at least until maybe June. But thankfully, we have a good Governor Cuomo, who's on top of this, and hopefully things get better. But again, my heart goes out to these healthcare workers that are on the front lines, and hopefully they get all the supplies they need, and things get better for them too. And I feel so bad for those people because when I saw that, they basically have refrigerated carts outside of hospitals, so they got to put the dead bodies, and basically people whose relatives are dying, they can't really be there for their relatives when they die. My heart goes out to them. That's just insane. And again, my heart goes out to this, and hopefully everybody out there is going to get better, and hopefully you and your families stay safe and be well, okay? And we'll get through this, hopefully. And hopefully this will make us stronger on the other side of this. So anyway, take care of yourself. Be well. I'll probably make some videos for that. I'm going to watch Harley Quinn. I think season 2 started. I watched some of the Harley Quinn season 1, but I didn't watch all of it. And now, at the time, I should do a marathon maybe of season 1 and then start watching season 2. So maybe I'll do that today. Harley Quinn marathon today. I watched from season 1, and then because I watched a couple of episodes, but I didn't watch from beginning to end. So I think that's what I'll do. Perfect idea. I just thought of that. Harley Quinn marathon season 1, and then maybe tomorrow I'll watch episode 1, which I think came out yesterday. So that's what I'll do. Harley Quinn marathon, and then I'll do a review of it. Okay. So anyway, hope everybody stay safe, be well, take care. And this is Trepacer saying so long, and take care.